Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the practical numerologist, with your numerology forecast for the personal year for March 2023. So, I have a little bonus information as we key into the month. So, here it is. So, if you're interested to take your numerology information or knowledge to a little bit of a higher level, here is a suggestion for you. So, if your life path number or another of your core numbers in your numerology profile is the same number as as if your life path is the same as your personal year number, that personal year is really highlighted as a special period in your life in which you get double the pleasure and double the triggers and double the supportive energy to help you work on developing and deepening the mastery around all of the elements with your overall life's purpose. So, in this scenario, let's say that you happen to be an 8 life path and you're in your 8 personal year. So, if you're listening to this 8 personal year forecast, it doesn't necessarily mean you're an 8 life path. And yet, if you are, it has added significance for you. All right. So, it's going to put you to the test and ask you to up level your life with those key elements or themes of your life path, which extend over into that supportive energy of the 8 or the guiding energy of the 8, which happens to be stepping up, right? Stepping up, not getting stepped on, taking yourself seriously, getting on your business like hat. Right? Taking things seriously, focusing in on empowerment and empowering yourself on every level, particularly when it comes to money, as it comes to finances, and again, of being large and in charge in a very powerful and empowering way. It's also about using your influence to help and connect other people. Among many, many other things that the 8 is all about. So it's the same if the 8 shows up as one of your other core numbers. So if you're new to numerology and you don't know your life path number, that would be a good place to start. I would strongly suggest going to the description box below. There's a link there where you could go to my website, feliciabender.com. You can calculate your life path number, and there is a ton of free resources there that will really educate you about your life path. Let's say you already know your life path, which is usually the case. If you're watching a numerology video, that's usually what brings people to numerology, is knowing your life path. And yet, if you want to dig even deeper than that, you might be interested in getting an entire chart done. You can also get that done on my website, feliciabender.com. But you can get even deeper. Get even deeper in terms of getting your full chart done. So if that's interesting to you and if this is intriguing, that would be a good next step in your numerology journey. So with that said, we're going to get right into your forecast for March. If you are experiencing an 8 personal year, March is a master number 11. It is an 11/2 personal month for you. So what does that mean? What's the overall theme here for your 4 weeks? This is the month to savor the synchronicities and to it's preparation for success. All right. So in March, get ready for a few delays, some heightened or highlighted emotions, and perhaps some amazing victories with a project or career related venture. Continue to implement your plans so that you can move forward with your various enterprises, yet understand that you will experience some temporary, and I highlight temporary, delays, some unexpected slowdowns, maybe some things go a little wonky or sideways. Never fear, it will veer back on course. Don't let them steer you off course or make you frustrated or give up in a huff. You just have to wait for it to catch up to you. this month. The two is always going to make you stand still for a moment while things catch up to you. All right. Take it in stride, knowing that the delays will ultimately allow for better timing with projects and plans, despite the fact that you might not see that right now. I always say that the power of numerology here is to know that there are some potential delays that are coming in, and all those delays are for is to put the puzzle pieces together in the right way, in the right time. So it's always about right timing. When the two shows up, usually we want to, like jump ahead. And the two is allowing us to have a little bit of patient progress as we go through and get there at the right time. Because if we're not there at the right time, we all know that it's kind of a silly thing to think about. But if you're going to catch an airplane, you got to be there at the right time, and it's not gonna leave early, and it's not gonna leave late. It's gonna leave, well, that's probably a bad metaphor, but uh all things being equal, it's you got to be there on time, and so either you have to wait or you miss it, right? So it's all about right timing. Patience is your theme for the month, and embodiment is really what you're looking for. So, how can you embody patience and spiritual attunement with your overreaching financial goals and dreams for success, which are really the underlying motivators during an eight personal year? So, those might be the questions that are coming up and mulling around in your mind right now. I would suggest, though, to take a little rest, for goodness sake. You have the whole year to be in high gear, seriously. So, since you will feel as though you're walking through a bit of tar this month, why not roll with it? Seriously. Yet not in it. Don't roll in the tar. Roll with it, if you know what I mean, and find some interesting outlets that you will actually enjoy. Lighten it up, watch a funny movie, read a book for fun. I mean, I know, gasp, right? Just to carve out some time, because the eight often feels a little bit like a double four personal year. It feels very arduous, it feels pretty serious, and it's got you hitting the ground running and pushing the accelerator the whole time. And we all know that we can't, our phones have to be recharged. We can't run on a battery without recharging it. Same with our physical and mental and spiritual bodies. We have to take a break every once in a while. This is your month for one of those, to plan out some of those breaks, perhaps a short trip to rest and rejuvenate might call your name. Recommit to your meditation schedule, take some walks in nature. Anything just giving you a little bit of respite is going to be right on the money right now. So this is the beginning of a 3-year cycle of transformation, my dear friends. So it is the year where you're going to feel more ambitious and feel a deep desire to better your financial conditions. And the energy of the eight sometimes is I just want to say, misunderstood to only signify money, right? Those who follow numerology often think of the eight as the money number. And yes, it is. And yet, financial abundance is a key element to the energy of the eight. It is the number of infinity, after all. And it can also be the number of financial loss or gain, or a combination thereof. That's usually the way it plays out. You get the point. So while finances may be a focal point, it doesn't make it easy, and it makes it makes it where you have to really focus in and do your due diligence to make it happen. So the core element for the lessons of the eight brings to the plate, it has more to do with power, empowerment, personal power, power versus force, powerful integrity, powerful compassion, empowered self-control. All of those levels of empowerment are really coming up to be worked with in an eight personal year. So while money and finances certainly play a significant role this year, money can't be made and wise choices can't come to fruition if you lack the empowerment to step up and make it happen, and not go overboard on that, be greedy and domineering and bullying about it, Or alternately, what can be happening is you feel victimized. You feel like you never get a break. You feel like you can't do it. And so think about that as well. Sometimes people are reading about or listening to the eight in terms of the personal year, and even if it shows up as a life path number and goes, they're like, oh, that's not me. I'm not rich. I don't have money. I That's a big problem for me. Well, that is the eight. The eight is bringing it up to the front of the line and saying, okay, what do you got? You got to make it a priority. You got to do it. You got to make it happen. So also understand again that you can struggle with that flip side of the energy. It's very real, very intense. It means that you'll have to pull out all of your strength, all of your reserves, and all of the clarity that you can muster up right now. The year demands that you step up, stay on task, stay strong, and keep going. It'll be up and down and all around. It really will. So don't let it bring you to your knees. You'll think it's gonna, and sometimes it feels like it, but it's that interesting element with the eight that at the end of the year you go, man, if I am still standing now, I can do anything. I can conquer anything and I can get through anything. So sometimes the power of numerology is about knowing that as you're going through it, it will give you strength and it'll give you fuel to actually to do it and to get through it. So don't slide into that default position. Step up and stand strong. So when I was in the real estate industry, there was a saying that you can use during your entire eight personal year. And that saying is, you get what you inspect. So literally you have to continue to manage and follow up on the follow up. That's another thing in real estate. You got to follow up and then follow up on the follow up. So if you think it's overkill, it's not this year. That's what the year is asking you to do. So if you have that more of that tendency toward blaming others, your spouse, your parents, your boss, everything for you not getting where you want to go, not getting the opportunity, not being given the silver platter. Well, this year is going to kind of kick your backside because the no excuses in an eight personal year. And also realize that the master 11 energy, the 11-2 energy that you're working with right now for these 4 weeks in March, really offers you some openings into a more evolved you and can really deliver some doozies in terms of moments of awakening if you are up for it and ready to receive it. The 11 is the number of spiritual illumination after all. Many of you might see the code, the 1111, those doorways. It really is manifestation. So when it shows up as a personal month for you within the eight, the container of the eight personal year, lots of power here at your fingertips. You just have to know how to work it. So it is time where you'll feel extra sensitive. And so rather than allowing that to throw you off course, take advantage of some of those slowdowns, tap into the synchronicities that will undoubtedly come your way. If you are a spiritual seeker, which apparently you are, since you're watching this numerology forecast, tap in and tune into that aspect of yourself this month. Talk about incredible energetic support for some deep spiritual growth. This is the time for you. So also know that this is the first of 11 personal months that you get this year. Pretty amazing, isn't it? The next is in December. It's at the end of the year. So remember what this month feels like, because you'll be getting another dose of that at the end of the year, right? Right at the end of the year, you're finishing up the year with an 11 personal month. So it'll be fun to see if there are any repeating themes that extend from March over into December. So this year demands your concerted effort, good judgment, business efficiency. It's a great time for advancement with your career, with your business, in all aspects of your life. It really demands good judgment and organization, right? Just making things happen. It's asking you to really make all of this a priority. So prioritize it, act on it, and see what you can manifest with that number eight all year long. So that is your forecast for March. I'm wishing you a very happy spring. I think we're all ready for it. And I'm looking forward to meeting with you here next month, same time, same channel for your April forecast. So I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, have a wonderful month.